Okay, this is RKU Distributing. Today is the 11th of December 2025. This is a trailer for the city of San Francisco. It's a 550 gallon water trailer made by Wylie, and it's a pretty basic trailer. I'm just going to give you a quick rundown on what all the controls are as best I can, and I hope that it looks good, and if not, you can get a hold of me. Okay, so what we're looking at here from the very beginning is this is actually the trailer, the way to fill this trailer. It's one of the ways to fill this trailer up. And what we'll have on the trailer in the bed, in the front of the neck of the trailer, is going to be a hose that is going to hook up to that QD, and it's going to go, it's a 2-inch hose, and it's go to, say, a hydrant that's going to be, say, right there. So it's going to be a 20-footer. That's the best way to do it. And then you have a hydrant wrench on here on the trailer, and you will be able to, if you look right there, you'll be able to do everything that you need to hook that up. The next thing that we're going to talk about is, and we actually elected to supply that soft hose just because it's easier for the crews. And the reason is that nowadays Wylie is supplying these, which is used for a draft hose, and you can take it out of a pond using that strainer right there. You can see it right there. And then in their opinion, you can also use this for a hydrant wrench or a hydrant hose. I believe it's not as easy, so we're going to throw in that hose and just to make it a little bit easier for everybody to work with. So since you already have the hydrant wrench, it just makes sense. There's another Wylie hose down there with a nozzle and a QD quick disconnect, so that you can use that right here on this fitting. Therefore, coming around the front, we have this Honda with this Surumi high pressure pump. And the reason it's a high pressure pump is that it runs this reel, which is already loaded and ready to go. We have a set of filters that is going to be with that. There's an air filter and an inline fuel. And so after 10 hours, you want to drain this out, replace the oil in that just as a precaution. I mean, there's no real standard on that as far as Wylie is concerned, but I just been around these things a number of times, and I think that's the best way to go. I want to just try to call your attention to a good rule of thumb here on this pump. This is just general pump theory, is that in this piece right here, that's where the water comes in to the pump. So if you can just remember that, it comes in the middle of the pump, the eye of the pump, and then it comes out of the top, which is, I want to make sure I got this right here in the film. Okay, yeah, so there it is. All right, so that's the actual pressure side of this, so that you can see that's, so if you follow those hoses, the rest of this whole entire trailer makes total sense. So the water comes in here, and then it comes up to this plumbing. Okay, so what happens, this is the inlet. This is actually the eye of the pump, going into the eye of the pump. If you look at this right here, and I'm trying to do the best I can as far as trying to think and film this, but the best I can. So this would be where you would hook up this green hose if you were going to draft out of a pond with this strainer. Don't recommend not using this without a strainer. So anyway, that's how it's going to come into the eye of the pump. It comes out from the top, comes down around here, and comes up to this big manifold right here, okay? So then this manifold, you can either pull it out of that tank, and then you're coming right in from into here, and you'll have this pressurized. You can turn this on for the rear spray bar, which comes along here and goes to the rear spray bar like that, or you can have discharges out here on either side of the pump trailer. This is identical to the other side, so just wanted to call your attention. This is how you turn them on and off, and this is how you can pressurize if you needed to fill something up with that little spigot. Same thing with that. This is how you turn on the spray bars. This is how you're going to charge all these lines coming out. If you're going to pull into, this is a good way to look at this, is if this thing is sitting still and you're pulling water in from a pond or a hydrant or something like that, either one, whatever water source, and you want to churn water, so you're going to try and have some water that's coming out of here into the back into the tank, so it just doesn't sit there and deadhead. So I hope that makes sense. If you want to call me about that, I can explain that a little bit more. This right here also is 4 pins, 4-pin locations, so that if in fact you want to take the pressure off this hose, it gets hard to pull out after if it's not straight away. You're always best in the direction that you're doing it, so you can quickly pull those 2 pins, move this thing at a 45-degree angle, and then repin it to hold it steady while you're pumping if you're going to use that. That's a 2 5/16 trailer hitch. Don't forget that. This actually does go into your standard, I'll try and pull that out, your standard pickup truck. So I wanted to make sure that you saw that. I think Jeff had asked me about that, so I'll put that back here in a minute. And so the rest of it's pretty self-explanatory. If you have any questions about how to work this, it's as simple as it could be. The best way to just, if you could just remember this one thing, just remember again, water coming into the eye of the pump, comes out of the top. Follow that plumbing and you'll see exactly where you need to turn on and turn off water pressure, and or introduce water into the tank, and or just straight away from pond directly into this pump and then back out again. So any questions, call me and I'll help you out. Thank you.